Severe weather took a major hit on our area. We're seeing a lot of damage this morning. You see the radar right there, that rain moving on out, but as it moves out and the sun starts to come up soon, we'll see what the severe weather did. Good morning, everybody. I'm Melissa Painter.
And I'm Kara Charles. Nick Sturdivant is live this morning in Eden. We will check in with him in just a few moments. Some strong winds took down a building there. He has that, and Emily joins us now with the forecast. Emily, looks like a tornado watch was just issued. Is that correct?
I will check on that because the tornado watch was in effect for Guilford County and points eastward. The National Weather Service in Raleigh added that in. The Storm Prediction Center reduced our risk for severe weather in the overnight hours. So if you guys would check on that, I haven't gotten that notification. We had scattered showers here across the region. Look at all the wind damage here across the central portion of the Fox 8 viewing area. This came through between 2 and 3 a.m. Now, one thing that has not been reported officially, we're going to be getting these storm reports in. There is big slowdowns here along 421 and Silas Creek Parkway. That's also Business 40, just so you know, in Forsyth County. Winston-Salem's Highway 67 is Silas Creek Parkway, so that's going to cause some big issues. That is a tree down on the highway. So please be very careful of travel through Forsyth County and the west side of Winston-Salem. In Guilford County, 2 reports: a limb down along Wendover Avenue at Holden Road, downtown Greensboro, Eugene Street at West Friendly Avenue. This is easy to clean up, but bigger problems back up here to the north, just around Lake Townsend, east of Summerfield. A tree on a home on North Church Street right there at Highway 150 in Brown Summit. And another storm report of trees down along Highway 29 north of McLeansville. In Glen Raven, Alamance County, north and northwest of Burlington, a tree down on the Durham Street extension. And boy, I tell you, we've seen some big damage here in Rockingham County. Not necessarily in the town limits of Eden, but just to the northeast, a tree in a home, and trees down also here across the community of, just on the east side of Eden, I should say, in Rockingham County. Numerous trees down reported across Rockingham County and also down into Reedsville too. That's where our Nick Sturdivant is this morning, and he has all of the coverage from one site where, and this was really, it's dramatic, the view you have here in the dark hours of the morning, Nick. A huge building that has essentially been reduced to rubble.
Yeah, that's right, Emily. We were able to put some lights on it so you could see it much better. We're off of Kennedy Street here in Eden. This building behind me is completely leveled. Talking to a man just a few minutes ago, he says that this is Cunningham Tire. So it makes sense because I'm going to walk over here to this area. Just after our live shot at 5 o'clock, we noticed a car, or truck rather, stuck underneath this building from the damage. Also in the background, tree snapped. Crews are on the other side on Madison Street working on some damage right now, and I'm going to walk towards this other side of the building. And one thing I want to point out, these had to be strong winds to kind of uproot this building. These are cement blocks right here, very heavy blocks. But I'm going to walk over here for a second, try not to trip. But yeah, another car, and I don't know if you guys can see that, more cars stuck under this building. Again, this is a mechanic. Cunningham Tire, a lot of damage inside. You can't even recognize what's here just seeing, looking at the damage. I got a chance to walk further up on Kennedy Street. There's some damage to a home. There's a tree on a home up there. Fire crews are up there working. Also power lines down. So as I mentioned before, you know, once you see some of that daylight and the sun comes up, you'll see more damage. But again, this right here within itself is pretty incredible.
Nick, has the owner come out to see all of this damage? Always when you think about something like this, the people who, this is their property.
Yeah, this is a small business. This is a mechanic. The man I spoke to earlier, he says that the owner is on his way if he can get here. But again, we talked about it earlier. There are crews working on power lines. There are crews working on trees down. So some of these streets are kind of shut off right now. For the most part, we didn't see a lot of power outages. We don't have it confirmed as far as numbers. But again, the owner is on his way, from what we understand, if he can get here.
As we look at some of that damage, Adam, if you could just pan over and show us some of that damage. We're going to talk to Emily really quickly. Emily, we had a concern about a tornado watch, and you were going to clarify that for us.
Right, yes. There is officially a tornado watch still in effect for Guilford County, and Alamance County down towards the Triangle and into eastern North Carolina. That was issued just as we were getting some of the wind damage reports earlier this morning. That was sort of just a very last minute, let's cover this area so people know what's happening. The severe weather threat is now down to our east. I would not be surprised if shortly we see our counties trimmed back from that watch. For the time being, it is officially in effect until 9 a.m. still for Guilford County and points eastward. But clearly the severe weather threat is over with. Also want to direct our director John Zales to Max 1, if you would. We were talking earlier about the rotation in the storm that came through Eden, and you can see it was broad rotation. It was upper level broad rotation. There were no tornado warnings for Eden or Rockingham County, and that was a nice conservative outlook from the National Weather Service out of Roanoke, out of Blacksburg. A good call on their part. Wind damage, straight line winds can still occur. This was a strong thunderstorm, clearly, as it came across, and given the damage that we've already seen, and I'm sure as daylight approaches, we're going to see even more reports coming in. But it was a rotating thunderstorm, and that can certainly cause these downbursts of wind coming through, and those winds can very likely be in excess of 100 miles per hour when they roar across land. So that is it's a guarantee that there's going to be damage from a storm like that.
And Emily, you know, we're seeing the damage there in Eden. There is damage being reported all across the Piedmont Triad. We want to head out to our Shannon Smith now.
Shannon, what part of the county are you in and what are you seeing?
We are in Brown Summit, northern Guilford County, where there are a number of reports of trees down, and you can see this tree fell on this home and went inside the home right here behind me. The homeowners aren't here now. The tree fell, punctured the roof, and went partially into the home. There are a number of trees down in this area. The good news is the weather's pretty calm. There's some light rain falling, or it may just be coming down from the trees with the wind still blowing just a little bit here, but the weather's calmed down. But you can see the extent of this damage, this huge tree falling here on this house. Again, a number of trees down up here in the northern part of Guilford County. We're hearing more trees down along Spencer-Dixon Road, which is the road that Northern Guilford High School sits on, so that could be causing some problems as well this morning. We're going to check out all of these and bring you more information as we get them, but you can see bringing this tree down on this house and causing major damage here.
Have you been able to talk to the people who live there?
They're not home. They must have left shortly after this happened. This happened about 3:30 in the morning, and right now no one is here and no one is out and about in the neighborhood.
Shannon, we know it's taken you a while to get to that area because of the situation out there. What are some of the conditions that you ran into on the road?
You know, I live in northwest part of Guilford County, had to come down to High Point and then back up to this part of the county. And frankly, we did not see a lot of obvious damage. I didn't see any other than a few branches down. So these are isolated, I would say. Up here in this part of Guilford County, though, there is damage, and it's just going to take us a little while to figure out exactly where it all is.
Oh, this thing is crazy. We were talking about you had a deluge on the way,
Right.
and I didn't have many problems.
That we all had different experiences coming in today, and obviously the homeowners there dealing with a big mess.
I'm getting a hand wave from Emily Berg right now. She has some type of alert or something for us. Emily, what do you have?
We were just talking about the tornado watch. They have taken all of our counties out of the tornado watch in the Fox 8 viewing area.
Okay.
They continue the tornado watch for Durham County points eastward, but the severe weather threat is over with here in our part of the state. We'll, of course, continue coverage right here through the morning.
Stick with us. Fox 8 Morning News continues. We're back here in just a moment.